You're listening to Hayes Radio Network, Cannabis Lifestyle Radio.
Yeah! Y'all know it is the highest host, Adam Ill, chilling out right here, Hay Studios. It's Getting High with Show. It's been a minute since I've done a live show podcast recording. It feels good to be back. You know, we all experience obstacles in life. We all have things we go through, but we out here still making it happen. And I got an amazing guest in the building. 22 years in the making. No, I'm not playing. It's like 3 years in the making.
Yeah.
Artist, activist, musician, a Grammy award-winning musician.
Thank you, sir.
Mentor. He got a director. So many titles. I'm talking about Shavo Odajian.
No, good call.
Did I do it?
Yeah, you did it good. The last two were like, they said it right, but then they asked me and then they say it wrong after I tell them.
After you said it's right.
Yeah, but they said it right the first time.
You know, it's all, I'm from the Valley 818. You know, we got a lot of Armenian. One of my really good friends is Armenian Russian. So having the E in at the end, you kind of know. You be like, Aped, what's up, fool?
Aped.
You got the best OG, bro. What's up? You know, the Armenians in the Valley.
They love OG.
The Armenians in the Valley had some of the best OG, too.
True.
They don't only love it.
I
they
think
had
that's
some
one
of
of
the
my
best
partners.
OGs. So shout out to them. But before I get into Shavo and what a great man he is in this whole interview and learning all about him, he also is in System of a Down. If you don't know System of a Down, wake up! Why don't you put a little bit of makeup? Anyway, we don't need
a little bit.
I just want to talk about something real quick that's been happening a lot in the industry. There's been a lot of new brands popping up and a lot of celebrity endorsed brands that are popping up, and they're just putting their face and name and logo on things and not understanding or realizing what they're actually doing. And before I continue, you ready to get high? Can we smoke a little bit?
Let's do it, man. You want to smoke one of those?
Yeah, here. I got some award-winning LOG pre-rolls.
OG might make me not talk so much.
Oh, then smoke a sativa. You want a sativa?
Let's do something sativa-esque so we can get...
Here, this is a little pre-roll.
Dude, I'll smoke this later, though.
Yeah, you can smoke that later. You can smoke that now. We can.
Where's the camera?
Yeah, it's right here. You can do it right here. But there's been a lot of brands out here that have celebrities endorsing. They don't really know. I don't even think some of these celebrities smoke, and they put out these products, and you're hoping that it's going to be something good. You're like, oh, they always rap about weed, or they always talk about weed, so this shit's going to be fire. And then you go out and you look for their product, and then their product is just meh.
Yeah.
And you get a little disappointed. And just because someone endorses something doesn't mean it's fire. But what's different about the guy sitting right next to me is this guy is so passionate about the product and the flower. He's a real smoker. He didn't just jump into it right away.
No, I've been in it for 25 years.
He's
22.
been smoking weed for longer than a lot of y'all have been alive. And it's taken him almost, coincidentally enough, 22 years to actually find something he likes and wanted to put on his product.
To put on, yeah.
And put out there, and it's already won awards.
Look, you give them.
I actually presented one at one of the cups. I know you won multiple awards, so that's always a good sign to have. But Shavo in the building, passionate smoker, all about bettering the community. I noticed I was doing some research. Me and my lady out here researching, seeing you're getting awards. You're getting awards for mentoring, for leadership.
Well, I mean, if you learn something and you get to a point where people are listening to you and there's kids looking up to you and you want to push that, out there and like teach the kids or just inform the kids that there's a good way of doing things and a bad way you'll succeed. You know what I mean? There's both successes, there's both ways to succeed.
Yeah.
But it's much more proper to go in the good way, do it the right way where it's with hard work and passion, execution. That's what it's about. And even working on yourself with the working out, you doing that, to better yourself.
Hey, man.
And it's never too late. You could be 45 years old, change your life to better.
Shavo,
180 degrees.
I always appreciate the support when I post my gym.
Oh, I'm in there.
Social medias, and I see you posting your fucking gym shit.
Oh, you have to.
You
just
have
like
to
show
encourage,
everybody.
let's go. And I see you out here just getting in. I'm like,
see
fuck
you
it.
too.
I'm
You're
out here doing it too, G.
My dude.
I got something I'm working on too. This little skit that's involving cannabis and working out.
I love it.
Know. Do you get high before you work out?
Always.
Do you get high after you work out?
Always.
Do you get high during your workout?
I haven't had a chance to.
What?
But
see, I got new exercises coming out.
Here we go.
I got new exercises coming out. But it's awesome to see you just always active and always out there and doing things. But I want to take it back real quick. I'll go because I know you were talking about doing things the right way, being passionate, hard work. It's you're in a Grammy Award winning band. You've directed some major motion pictures. You've been a part of a lot of
videos, rock videos,
major videos. Been a part of a lot of things. Where did Shavo start? Were you born out here? I
was born in Armenia.
Okay.
At 5 years old, my entire family moved overseas. We moved to Italy for a little while, Rome, and then
that's overseas. It's over a sea, right? From
over
Armenia?
an ocean, huh? And then sea.
It's a sea,
It's a sea. And then we had to become citizens there because America's borders were closed at the time. And once we did that, we made it across. I was 5 years old. I ended up in L.A., Hollywood, and the rest is history, bro.
So you came out. How was that process? Because I know, like right now, there's a whole thing with immigration and all that shit. How was
going on way back. Everyone thinks this is a new thing. It's just that the dude is rude and just made it. Lets everyone know everything he does. Yeah, and he's doing it in a really bad way too. But it is what it is. But the law itself has been around since That's how it's been.
So it's been the process.
It was closed then. It was closed now too. I'm not a supporter of either side right now. That's not what I'm saying. But it's been around. It's happened before. It's just the way he's doing it is not cool.
Yeah.
But so it was closed, and we got in, and fuck's the best thing.
And then you were out here, and then
I see Kiss, and then I was like, I want to do that.
Wait, so
the
Kiss?
band Kiss. I saw them on Solid Gold, and then I was like, dude, I was 5 years old.
Fuck. You're like, that's what I want to do.
I want to do it like that. That's kind of cool that you could do that. You could play
At 5?
music. Yeah, that's how old I was, and I got amped. Not that I want to do that for the future. I just wanted to do it. I didn't know about jobs and stuff. I just wanted to play music and perform.
It's just something that looked fun and exciting. You're
yeah. It was just cool.
Were you always into like music and art? Because I saw something here. You have synesthesia.
What's called synesthesia.
Synesthesia.
That's what I say.
Synesthesia.
It's when you associate like senses. Let's say numbers to colors and colors to like days, and I don't know. I read on it too. I had no idea there was a thing.
So that's what I heard is like people don't really
recently,
know.
like a year and a half ago, I read on it. I was like, fuck, really?
That's what I have.
Yeah, but it wasn't, and it's like really common. You know? So since birth, it's like numbers always had a color. Like 1 was white, 3 was yellow, and 2 was red.
Really? Because I know, like in school too, when you look at like in kindergarten or first grade, when you look up, they have letters as
with
different colors and
I
different
feel like
numbers.
maybe that's when it was put in me.
And I wonder if people just think like, oh, that's normal. That's what I see when I see 2. I see
yeah.
red because that's what it's in school. But it's actually because I don't see colors when I see numbers, and I don't see pictures when I hear sounds.
You don't at all? Put this somewhere.
Oh yeah. Here, just put it right here. You're
all
fine.
Right,
You're fine. You're fine. I don't see any of that. So I was wondering if that has anything to do with the whole 22 Red because.
Well, that's the name. Yeah, we were coming up with names, and we had a lot of things on the table. And 22's always been a part of me, and I always thought it would be something 22, 22. But some people helping me out went against that and went into some really odd stuff and didn't represent me. Some people wanted to actually represent me, like Shavo Select and like Shavo's Choice. I'm like, dude, come on,
basic,
come on, like. I want it to be bigger than me. I want this to be something I represent, not something I am. You know what I mean? It's more than me. It's going to be more than me.
Right.
It's like a child. You have a kid. You want your kid to be better than you.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted.
The best for it.
Best for it. You don't want to just be it,
Because 22 Red can be anything.
Anything, bro.
It could be whatever.
It is, though.
It is. I think it started as a clothing line, right?
Started as a clothing line, and we moved it. Once we met our third partner, it was like, dude, this guy grows like a maniac. He's got some great, people behind him. And so it just became a thing, man. We
and
teamed
22 is a significant number in your life. I learned that. I learned that.
I was born
on the 22nd
of April, and then I got married on the 22nd of May.
What?
But it was so that doesn't even matter.
You also were 22 when you got signed with System of a Down.
96, 97, yep. And then that was 22 years before I thought of 22 Red. I was 44 when I thought of it. So
what?
Yeah, weird, right?
Numbers.
Yeah.
And I see numbers, like I know all these people believe in like numbers, and when they see certain sequences, it like means something, and there's angels or whatever the fuck people talk about. There's all these like numerology stuff. So
yeah, well, if you look into it now, because I wasn't really into it, like 22 because of its number, like what it's what other people know about it or like. But if you look into it, it's like a master number. You can like manifest stuff with it.
Were you always into this? So like Shavo as a kid. So here's Shavo, 5 years old, watching Solid Gold, sees Kiss, fucking big rock band makeup. He's like, that looks fun. I'm gonna do that. So is that when you picked up a guitar at 5?
No, I wanted to, but my folks wouldn't get me one because they thought that's all I would do. They were right. And
So what they want you to do? Go
I don't know. They were
play
like
ball
the old
outside? Or?
No, they wanted me to
Read books?
go to school, read books, be a doctor, lawyer, what every parent at that immigrant parent wants for their kids.
The best, the American dream.
That's what it is, right? But I always wanted, and then like around 11 years old, my grandma got me one.
A guitar.
Was
it like a bass or?
No, it was a guitar. I didn't play bass till like I was like, I don't know, like about 8 months before I joined System.
What? Yeah. Get out of here!
I was a guitar player. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so here you are at 11. You get the guitar. You start playing the guitar.
Start playing the guitar. No lessons. Just picked it up. Just strummed it.
You see the pictures, hear the colors. You're like, let's go.
Like I thought I'd play better than I did when I picked it up. In your head, as just like not knowing how to play, you're like, I can rip that apart after a while. No, it's tough. It took a long time, and I played until something happened. I was like, fuck, I could do something now. And then I met some friends that played also, and I learned this song from this band. I learned one from Metallica. I just kind of went.
And just kept it going.
Yeah.
Is that like so what did young Shavo listen to growing up? Were you listening to like Kiss?
I was listening to Kiss. I was listening to like metal and hip hop. When hip hop started in the 80s, I was all about it. So I was in it from Beastie Boys, still before that. My mom was cool with that. She like bought me records, and I had we had a record player, so I listened to a lot of records. Some like Duran Duran at the time. Like there was just things that just like
Hungry like the wolf.
I mean, that was what's on TV and what was big at the time. So I was inspired by it. I was influenced by it all. I was very watching. I watched a lot of TV, read a lot of magazines, comic books, skateboarded. I skateboarded from like age 6 to like 17, like religiously. Yeah, I thought that was like.
You're like, I'm gonna be a
what
skateboarder.
am I? Yeah, that was.
So as a kid, you're like, I'm gonna be a professional skateboarder.
I mean, that was just one of the things I was like into, and I did.
Can you still kickflip?
I don't know if I landed the first time, but I know how to do it.
I'll get it.
Yeah.
What was the best trick you did?
The 180 varial heel flip.
What?
Yeah. Boom, yeah. Prack attack. And when I did that, it was like once we started doing rails, like handrails. Not rails, handrails.
Rockstar talk. You see that? You have to differentiate.
About the rails. So once we started doing handrails, the tricks got a little like dangerous. So I started playing guitar at that time already. So I was like, I didn't want to play guitar more. I don't want to break my hands. I don't want to break my wrists because I saw a lot of people fall and break their shit.
Yeah, I got injured skateboarding.
I
thought I was good. And then like you start watching skate videos.
Oh, you start doing what there is. Yeah, I
and then you're like,
Hocus
man,
Pocus.
I started
that was
watching
my
like,
shit.
like Rodney Mullen versus Day One Song. I'm like, man, I'm never gonna be able.
Yeah, that was. Those two are. I mean, they're like
this is
ultimate
like
best
early 2000s and
but
shit.
Still, those two guys are like the ultimate skaters. Like they're the ones. You know what I mean? The innovators. Like shit.
Like I was watching. I was like, bro, I tried doing some like Mullen's tricks, and I'm like, yo,
no, bro.
I don't want to break my ankle. I'm not.
You just gotta admire him from afar.
That's what I did. I was like, yo. This ain't my path.
No.
It's great. I love skateboarding. I'm from the Valley. It's what we do. SoCal life. You're either skate or
we were
surf.
Hollywood skaters. Like a few of my friends were in the Hollywood Boys. Like Paulo Diaz used to skate all the time around us. Was it Gabriel Rodriguez? Guy Mariano.
Paul Rodriguez.
Was it Paul?
Yeah.
Who was Gabriel? No, it was Gabriel.
Okay.
There was Gabriel.
I know there was a P-Rod.
There was.
Yeah.
There's a Gabriel.
G-Rod.
Who was on Powell for a second, I think, yeah. So they're in that band, this video.
So I just found something interesting out. You said you skateboarded from like 5 to 11.
No, 5 to like 16 when I started driving.
Okay, because your grandma gave you the guitar at 11, and that's when you started. Were you like skateboarding and playing guitar?
No, I wasn't doing that. But I'd play guitar at night when I couldn't skateboard or on like rainy days.
Talk to the ladies and shit. Try to be like, yo, check this out. Well, so you were just playing straight, like, was it like melodies or more like riffs?
Riffs. I mean, I'm a riffer. I'm like, I'm not a singer, so I don't singer-songwrite. I songwrite with parts, and then I put parts together, and then people sing.
Make it happen.
Yeah, I can come up with like choruses and stuff, but I'm not a singer, so I don't.
Yeah, it's because you weren't really like you just like playing. You weren't really like your objective in life wasn't to really be in a band.
No, it wasn't.
No, totally. Because you were actually managing the band before.
Well, I was playing in bands, and then I had started playing bass, and I was playing with this band at a studio in North Hollywood, and then
818, say it backwards.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually Burbank. Right?
Okay, it's still 818.
Yeah, and I met the guys, and they were in a band called Soil, and they asked me if I'd manage them. I said, "Fuck yeah, I'll do that." I love the music. So it was really like awesome, intricate, like progressive metal, And I did that for a while, and then they disbanded, and then we banded. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just happened.
Yeah.
Timing. 22 months later.
22 months later, here we are.
I don't know the timing on it. So then you started When did you discover? When was it like System of a Down? You're like, damn, we made it. Like
I'm still not saying that.
What we're doing. What you mean? You
still
guys
don't
have
say we
won
made it.
Grammys.
Yeah,
you
but
guys
that's
have
not making it.
toured.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it was
I mean,
successful. Knock on wood, but you know.
Like, when did you realize, like, yo, we're like this?
Well,
is it.
I remember when we got signed. That felt good.
Was it
you know?
good?
That was like graduating. You know, it's like
hearing the
here
song
we go
on the
in
radio.
the real world now. Yeah, here we go. Like we're flying the coop. You know, we're like we're gonna
out
go
here.
do this. Yeah, it's like we're not living at home anymore.
We all got our own houses now.
Well, when you go on tour, it's like you leave everybody, and we were all living with our folks. So it was kind of crazy. You leave your parents. Like I didn't move out. I moved on tour. You know what I mean? That was my first thing. Like the bus would pick me up from my parents' house.
The tour bus.
The tour bus would pick me up.
What?
And I'd go in the bus. We'd go on tour. I'd miss everybody. We had no cell phones. It was bad, man. I was like, it's fun doing what we're doing, but it was rough. You
this
know,
was
like
pre-social media,
pre-social media.
FaceTime and all that.
And at first there was no bus. We had a van. We had an RV. It was like, so the RV would pick me up, and then it was like we had to drive it. We had to fix it. We had to put gas in it. It's like there was no like people working for us, you know?
Damn, you
That's
did
how
it
we
all
started.
yourself.
Yeah, that's how we started.
What?
First year was...
We bought a school bus and converted it into a tour bus.
I've heard that story too.
So
ours was an old RV. It was pretty bad, bro. Yeah. It broke down everywhere.
What,
Anyone who's listening to this that was on tour with us knows exactly the shit I'm talking about. Yeah.
Because I heard some stories where, like, you know, you were on tour doing these big festivals, but they were like, your green room would be in like a closet. And
that happened.
They wouldn't be like, they're like, oh yeah, this is your shit. And it's like a bunch of you guys, and you're just.
I've been
like,
on tours where it's just 3 bands, and the top band would just give us that bathroom. And there was empty rooms available, but we got the bathroom.
Fucked
that
up.
shit goes down.
Who was like the first tour, like the first artists were like, nah, y'all deserve, like, come here, get
No,
this
the first people were great. Slayer was our first tour, and those guys are amazing. Like that's my godfather band. Like, you know, they took us out in America first, and they took us out in Europe first. So they're like the first band we've ever gone out with. So
that's
hands
crazy.
down, whatever it was, we're blessed. We were blessed. After that, we went on some tours just to support, just to get some following, you know, and we got like but it's cool. We got over it.
Yeah.
It was a hump.
It
was a minor hump.
You know, we all have obstacles in life.
Yeah, we were lucky to be on the tour. We're lucky to be on tour. You know, it's all a blessed life, bro. You know what I mean?
It's the road you take to get to where
thankful,
you're at.
Yeah, very thankful for it all.
Yeah, I feel it. Is there like because you guys are really hard, you know, you get my fucking adrenaline going.
We got some ballads.
You do got ballads.
Some sad ones.
But how are the
songs I think about.
where's the craziest crowd you think you've ever? Because I feel like the crowds at a system.
There's been some sick
I'm
ones.
a delicate dude from the valley. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll see a mosh pit, I'll be like, all right, looks cool, but I'm gonna go over here and shit.
Hold on, he said delicate dude from the valley.
Yeah.
gotta
I'm
do
a
something
suburban
with that.
kid, so so I'm just like I've been to crazy shows. I appreciate art and music, and sometimes, you know, I'll start seeing the energy. I'm like, yo, it looks fun, but let me just.
I'm all about it. I was not anymore.
So
but
has there been like a crazy city that y'all have been to?
a lot, bro. Fuck.
That stands out, like.
Well, first thing stands out on that first European tour with Slayer, because we got Slayer audience, right? They set off.
Shit.
They set off flares in an theater. It wasn't an outdoor. It was like in the center of a theater in the crowd. These dudes set off like firework flares in the middle of the pit.
Oh my god!
And it wasn't so big. It was like the size of this whole office, maybe, bro. With imagine a big flare group right here, and then people pitting around this space. Say there was no wall here.
So if you're
and it was
you're in the
it
pit,
was nuts. We were worried because the place could have gone down. You know, it was like a roof. You know, there's a ceiling.
Yeah, there's the smoke and the fires. We're indoors.
That was crazy. We played Rock in Rio. That was nuts because it was huge. That's in Brazil, and Japan was dope as hell because those guys, they're so polite. They like when we're not playing, they're just watching. They're just like, there's no one talking. They're just silent. We'll start a song and then it's berserk. They're going crazy, buck wild. People are flying around, and then we stop and they applaud and they watch and they wait for the next song. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
But when the song is playing, they're out of their minds.
They're in it.
Oh, dude.
In it to win it.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy.
Damn, yeah. So there's been some really fun. I mean, in America, every state is something. It's like a different country with people.
Has any country surprised you with weed where you're like, fuck, we're not going to get any weed? And then you pull up to a country and you're like, damn.
I always thought we were going to get weed, but I was surprised where I didn't get it, you know?
Because I know, like, it's dumb to say, like, where's the best weed in the world? I know it's out here in LA. Like, it's typical.
Yeah.
Even though you've traveled
I'm not
world.
remembering where it was just as... Or
where was, like, the worst weed you had?
In the beginning.
Where was the worst weed you've had?
Greece, again.
Greece?
Yeah, it was... Well, it's the worst because... Like at some point you already know you're not gonna smoke that, right? But we were at a point where we hadn't smoked for a really long time, and me and my drum tech, we got some weed, and it was in this cellophane wrapped up. It wasn't like a Ziploc; it was like a cellophane with like a bindle. And we went up to the bleachers and we rolled a J, but it was like, I don't know, man. I don't even know if it was
weed.
It smelled a little like weed. But I'm talking about
herbs.
We took a hit. Every hit came with a big headache. It was like hit. Ooh,
why would you smoke it?
Because we had nothing, and it was giving us something, a headache. You know, it was feeling like
some
our eyes watered or
state.
something happened. So we just did it, and then I remember just not having a good time for a second from it. I don't know what we smoked, but it wasn't like drugs. I don't think it was a drug. I think it was like just stems like of just anything.
Do you remember? Do you remember the first time you got high?
Yeah. It was at a Guns N' Roses Metallica show at the Rose Bowl.
How old were you?
I was 18.
18?
Yeah. I asked the guys, they were smoking pot, and I had never smoked, and I was with a crew that never smoked. And
skateboarding and doing all that shit.
I never smoked. No, I never smoked.
Even being in Hollywood.
No, in Hollywood.
Were
they
you
smoked
not
around
into
me.
it, or
no,
was
no,
it not?
I just was. My parents instilled this drugs thing on me, you know, like the cocaine, heroin, weed. It's the same, you know. So I just was like, I ain't doing any of that, you know. And you can do it. I'm not gonna do it. And there's people doing it around me. I just didn't do it. And
one night you got that one urge.
It was like they were doing it. I was like seeing my friends. They're like, oh shit, look, they're doing it. I'm like, yeah, I'll take a hit. And then expecting them like
to say no.
Yeah, not even listening to me, you know, some kid,
like,
you know.
Fuck you, fool. This is
they were
my
like,
weed.
there you go, bro. I was like, oh shit. Now there was that moment where they all looked at me.
Who? Yeah, I don't pass. I'm sorry.
I was like, let me have that. And I took a hit. I don't know if I felt nothing, but I took a nice hit and I blew it out. And then I guess it did because I enjoyed the show a lot that day. And
it enhanced your senses.
It did a little bit. Then after that, I kind of didn't smoke for a little bit. But then when me and Darren started hanging out, we just smoked every day.
He introduced it to you?
Back, yeah.
So the first time you smoked,
I mean, our friends would smoke, but then him and I kind of bonded, you know.
Were joints always your go-to?
Bongs.
Bongs.
We had the graphics.
Oh, the plastic one.
Yeah.
Light green.
And like pipes, you know. I didn't really know how to roll.
My first hit was out of a graphics bong too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red one.
Mine was a purple one. Yeah. In the valley.
Yeah, in the valley.
Backyard of my friend's house.
Lancashire. That's right. I swear to God.
So that's crazy. So you started smoking weed 18, and now you're like super passionate about it. I know you care about your product.
Oh yeah.
You source. You make sure everything is to your standards.
Make sure I'm talking to
You're not
the
just
guy
like,
growing it,
yeah,
you know?
do what you need to do. Just put my face on it. You're like,
Hell
yo,
no.
let me fucking see this. Let me see the grows. Let me see the product. Let me smoke it.
If I'm gonna spokesman it, I'm gonna swear by it. I need to fucking know it's the
Respect.
bomb, or else I ain't gonna talk about nothing.
Respect.
I won't like, you know, if a company pay, I don't do endorsements unless I'm using the actual fucking thing and I'm wearing it. No,
That's how I feel.
I'm wearing it, you know. But I'll never just hold it and say here.
If my face is on it,
Yeah.
then it's approved. Unless they counterfeit, you know.
Hold on.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey.
Well, you know, now they counterfeiting my logo. It's crazy.
I saw that.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing.
It's like bittersweet.
No,
you know what I'm
it's a
saying?
good thing. It's like we get bootlegged. Our shit comes out.
I bought a fake system of down shit
I'm sure
outside the
you did.
concert.
Most
you know?
people will have fake
It's $5.
shirts.
What the fuck?
Listen,
Why not?
Most people have fake shirts than real shirts out there.
Yeah.
Because we don't have that much merch, you know. We
Yeah.
just kind of made a
A little bit. And it's like
quantity,
$40 a t-shirt. I'm like, yo, there's $5 outside.
We're like 100 nowadays, bro. 85.
Fuck.
Like, what's crazy, right?
Kanye's
It's like,
killing it with the merch at his shows. Like, that shit's
Well,
crazy.
Kanye's a
Astro,
designer,
Travis
man.
Scott,
He's
Astro
cool.
World is killing it too. It's crazy.
Those guys are nuts.
But yeah,
Dude,
it's just
easy.
it's just crazy. Like the monetization now on just products and what you can do.
It's how you do it, man.
Yeah.
If it's good and you give it out in a good way with a cool story that is real and someone could actually back it, I mean, it's just, I'm into it. You know what I mean? I'm all about, you know, I see bands pass through me all, you know, constantly. Some stick.
So you have 22 Red is the brand. It started as the clothing line. Now it's a cannabis brand.
Cannabis, clothing, and imprint. All the new music that I'm making, I'm going to
That 22
go
Red.
through collab, yeah.
So are you guys flowers, concentrates,
Both.
carts?
Carts, disposables, eighths, pre-rolls, and hemp-derived CBD also.
And where can people find 22 Red?
We're in about 50 stores, give or take a few as we speak. You can go on my Instagram at Shavo Adagian, or you can go at 22 Red LA. There's a 22 retail highlights. You go in there, and it'll tell you every store and with a map. Or better yet, you can go to 22red.com and store finder.
They
you can
can't
see
delete that.
Boom. They can't.
What?
They can. I
And
guess
22, like we were talking about earlier, is the whole. Do you have 22 tattooed on you?
I have I have zero tattoos.
You have
know
zero
that?
tattoos?
Zero.
Is that crazy?
It is.
Do all your band members have tattoos?
None of them.
Everyone's just tattoo free?
We're missing links.
Is that because you guys are? No, that's
No.
rare.
There's nothing religious, nothing about it. We just never got it. I've always been a fan of him. I knew if I got one, I was gonna go 100. I was gonna go cover, and I just never did. It's just,
That's crazy.
I delayed it. But I'm a big fan of tattoo.
Yeah.
I really am, and I know a lot of great tattoo artists.
I was always I was raised the same way, like no tattoos, being raised Jewish, like it's against. But then my mom got some face tats.
What?
And I'm like, what the fuck,
Wait.
Mom? Well, she got like the lip liner.
Oh, yeah, I know
and like
that.
the eye. Well, that's
But
a tattoo. I don't care if it's a makeup. I don't care if it's a cosmetic.
I thought she got like snake eyes right here.
No, she got. I mean, that's a face tat. Like you got permanent
Tear.
makeup
I thought
around
she
your
got a tear.
lips, or you got permanent like eyeliner or
I think
whatever.
my aunt's got that.
Yeah, that's a tattoo.
Face tattoo. She's a mumble rapper.
Your aunt got a
MC
face
Marine,
tat.
huh?
But after that, I'm like, yo, Mom, like, how you gonna like raise me and say no tattoos, and here you are getting face tats? She goes, Adam, I don't have face tats. Like,
what I was saying. Right?
I'm like, she goes, that's not the same. I'm like, whatever, Mom, I'm gonna get my face on my face now. Watch.
That's a funny one, dude.
But it's cool. How does it feel having like a compliant brand? Did you ever like?
No, I swear I didn't. This was 2 years ago. Sorry, I'm moving around. It was 2 years ago. We thought of it, and I've just started working because my band doesn't tour so much, and so I'm not gonna sit around, man. I got, I'm making music. I'm started a business, and I got a family. I gotta work, man. I gotta do shit. So this was it. I said something I can put my heart and soul into because I'm passionate about what I'm doing.
Yeah. You didn't want to come out with Yo Shavo.
No, that was a brand. Did I say that somewhere? Did you read that somewhere? Because someone threw that at me. I should call it Yo Shavo.
Yo Shavo.
What? I must have said that before. Yeah, dude, Yo Shavo.
Shavo Select. Yeah, there was a couple names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
but,
there was one. Fuck it.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, but you're like, man, no.
Yo Shavo, bro.
Yo Shavo.
Actually, kind of works.
I like that.
I kind of like it.
I like Yo Shavo.
Not because
maybe not for weed, just for
something
like.
else.
It just sounds cool. Yo Shavo.
It's like Yoo-hoo. It's a chocolate drink, huh?
Ooh. Oh yeah.
What did he say?
I think he said you make it Instagram.
We did. I have one.
You have a Yo Shavo?
When the name came out, I was like, I'll just get the Instagram now. So I got it just to hold on to it. There's nothing on there.
So you've probably smoked with some amazing people throughout your career. Is there?
Yes, I have.
Who are like standouts that you're like, fuck, I'm smoking with?
Oh, I don't know. Shit.
Like when I got high with Snoop Dogg my first time, I was like,
I haven't done that. I haven't. Maybe I haven't.
You have. You had to have.
Why don't I remember anything amazing?
What?
Like I know one I missed that I could have been a part of that was big time and I can never be a part of.
What happened?
It can't happen anymore.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Tom Petty.
I said that. You said
No, we researched.
Yeah, yeah.
We got that
Research. This guy's Howard Stern here, bro. I swear.
That's a compliment. I
He's
appreciate
got
it.
everything down. He's like,
not yet.
he's
I
gonna
need a
bring up
Baba
something
Booey.
from. Yeah. Where's your flunky?
I need. Yeah. I need a toofy. Anyways, yeah. If I had like a Howard Stern production, that'd be
That. Well,
set.
he started smaller than this. So
What?
This is not
I
bad.
know.
I'm very. This is good.
So I mean,
I'm
like,
impressed.
I started with the co-host, and
Yes.
then we went separate ways, and then I started doing my shit. I started
You
doing
have
TV.
Sid now, I hear.
And then Sid Wilson, Starscream for Slipknot.
He's fun, dude.
He was really like getting on me, like, yo, bring back your podcast. I love your interviews. Like, you really are cool. Like the way you talk, get high and shit. I was like, all right, only if you co-host with me. He's like, I'm
done.
I don't have shit going on unless I'm touring or out. I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah.
So like the first 10 I did, he was consistent.
I saw that on your Instagram.
And then
yeah.
he started getting in the studio again with Slipknot, and they started touring, and now he's like rock
Well, good
star
for
life
him,
again.
man. He needs that. That's something,
Shout out to Sid Wilson too.
Props.
you
That
know,
album's good, by the way.
He'll be back.
I like that album, the new Slipknot album. It's
He
killer.
hit me up today too and asked me to ask you about his Transformer VHS and said, "Where's it at?"
Oh, I still have it.
He said,
you know when he
"Where's-"
gave me that? Okay, it was. I think it was one of their first tours ever. I think it was an Ozfest or something. It was like '99 or 2000 or something. And he gave me his. He told me the whole story of how he's a big Transformers fan and.
He's a huge Transformers
I know,
fan.
and I had him come with us on our bus, and we watched Transformers all night long in the back lounge.
On a
There was no
VHS.
partying, there was no chicks, nothing like that. It was Transformers. We were on
And
the
you guys
VHS,
just watching it.
and I think I still have it in my boxes somewhere, tour boxes.
Autobots, roll out. Yeah, he texted me this morning, and we were just talking, and he just said to ask you for his tape.
I remember those days, man.
If you got it, yeah.
When they just started, they were with us. They started with us. It was like all together. It was great. We were kind of on our second, I think, year or third year, and then they came. It was great.
It was good timing.
Yeah.
Good. He's a good guy.
Very.
So, so back to the story. I want to hear this. How you missed the opportunity.
Oh yeah. Well, I was at the studio recording. It was Rick Rubin's house, and
What?
yeah, it was right here in on Laurel Canyon.
Yes, I know the house. I drive by it every time I go to the
Houdini
city.
house. Yeah. Well, so I don't know why I left early. I think I had bass tracks. I did them, and I was like, I'm gonna go home. I don't know what it was. And Darren stayed behind, and then he hits me up. He's going home, and he goes, I smoked out with Tom Petty, man. I'm like, what? He goes, he walked in right when you walked out. I go, why the fuck didn't you call me then? He goes, I wanted to smoke out.
Damn.
So I missed that, man. And I heard they like went through like 4 joints.
Just chilling with Tom Petty.
And
huh?
I heard he was mellow. Really cool dude.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Someone I
seems
really looked up to. Looked up to.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
What? He sings about Reseda Boulevard. You know,
Yeah,
the
he
valley
does.
out
Fuck.
here. We out here, 818. Y'all are sleeping
Where are we
on
again?
it.
Dude, I lived down the street from here, man.
Yeah, shout out Woodland Hills.
Yeah.
We out here.
Calabasas, Woodland Hills.
Look. My goal, like Snoop Dogg put 2 and 3 on the map. I'm about to put 818 on the map.
Put
Say
it.
it backwards. You
We're
know what I'm
with you.
saying? We out here.
Wait, how do you, what?
818.
Oh,
Say it
shit,
backwards.
I don't know.
What?
I can't think that fast.
So, is there anyone that you like really smoke with? Where you're like,
Well,
fuck,
okay,
I'm
you
smoking
know-
with like Willie Nelson.
I haven't, though. I haven't.
I know it's I haven't either.
If anybody
but
remembers and is listening, tell me. 'Cause I don't. I did, like Tom Araya from Slayer. I remember when
That's
like,
dope.
he was one of our first. Like I said, he was like, that band was like our first, you know?
Yeah, that
Like,
was the-
Popped Out Virginity. And I smoked with him. We'd smoke hash in Europe.
is there anyone that you would love to smoke with? That
I don't know if I don't have that.
is there
thing.
someone where you're like, fuck?
But I've never been that guy. I want to smoke with that. I don't know. I want to hang out. No. I mean, when people meet each other and it clicks, you know, because I can want to smoke with someone or hang with someone. That guy may be a dick, and then my whole thing will get ruined. Like, that's
Boom.
happened to me too. You know, I've met someone.
You get disappointed.
Yeah, and there's like a big fan of him since I was a kid, and then he's this big fucking egomaniac, narcissist, Jesus complex.
Yeah.
People might know who I'm talking about. And that's happened. And you're like, I don't want to hear that band anymore or something. You know?
I'm over him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's happened a couple of times. I'm sure, you know, you meet someone that you think
So
is dope.
yeah.
But it also could be that
Back then,
day.
I did have people I wanted to. You know?
But it could be like,
yeah.
you know, I also, because sometimes people catch me on bad days, and I don't mean to be an
course. No,
asshole,
I'm
but
100%,
like,
bro.
it just comes out like that. And
you and I
there's
both.
moments where people are like, oh, you know, the first time I met you, you were a dick, and you've heard it, but, you know,
Dude,
then we
imagine
met
being
again.
on tour. Imagine being on tour.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't wake up happy every fucking morning and you walk
Look.
outside and someone meets you and then you're not smiling at them and then all of a sudden you're a dick forever, you know?
We all wake, you know, you don't know what's going on in someone's personal life. Let me just say, social media is not real life. That's just like a highlight reel of how people are living.
Agreed.
So if you think everyone's always happy and fucking excited, it's not true. Because
or
we all,
twerking, they're not.
we all have our problems that we go to. It may not be as big as others, but we all have our obstacles. We all have shit that we deal with. So just fucking, you know, sometimes when you meet someone and they're not the best person, just think about maybe they might not be in the happiest place right now. They may not be in the happiest place. And, you know, that's why, just like with food, I always have to, you know, meet someone twice, or I always have to try a dish twice. Because the first time I try it, maybe I wasn't ready for it and I didn't like it. But the next time I was like, oh, shit, you know, this is actually kind of good. I'm with it.
Yeah, well, that's how uni was for like sushi.
Sushi?
I mean, everyone loves, like, the whole country finds it a delicacy, and then I wasn't liking it. So I'm like, something's wrong with my taste buds. So
Maybe you
so I
weren't
ate
ready
it like,
for it.
yeah, I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
So I ate it like 3, 4, 5 times. The 5th time, I was like, fuck, now I have
This
it
is
after
fire.
everyone.
Yeah,
You
now I
know, I'm
love
into it.
sushi.
Now
I was
I'm
like
into
that
it.
with sushi too.
Now I'm into it.
What? Yeah, it's just like with anything in life. You just gotta try. Like liver. Like I still don't like liver.
I don't like it either, though.
But like
That's like a texture you'd never, I
it's
would
crazy.
never like.
But
yeah,
you know,
I don't I-
eventually, sometimes people hit an age and they're like, "Oh, this shit is fire." I'm like,
Yeah.
"No, bro. You like liver?
I'm not a big liver guy.
Anyone in here like liver?
I'm not a big organ guy,
Yeah.
man. I'm not a big like organ. I don't want.
No, I don't like organs.
Brain.
Just give me meat.
Yeah.
Let me get it. So, what is Shavo up to right now? Is there anything going on? Is there anything we should know about?
Well, I'm making music.
Yeah?
I have a new project called North of Kingsley.
Okay.
I grew up on Kingsley Drive, like the story I told you about coming to America. We landed on Kingsley Drive in Hollywood, North Kingsley Drive. So we're north of Kingsley. It's a 3-piece right now. We are making music in the studio. It's coming out pretty cool. And,
What's the sound like? What are we
I don't know.
vibing with?
I've been given teases of it on Instagram. So I don't know. I can't explain it.
Listen for yourself.
It's got
We
elements
out here
of today.
innovating sound.
It has elements of today, but it's got my vibe of like riffs and shit I've done for System and shit I've done for others. I did do an album back in the day. I did not release it though with RZA from Wu-Tang. We did an album called A Chosen.
Yes.
And that started
With
my
Kinetic
whole
9.
Yeah, with Kinetic 9. That started my whole hip hop like production, like no kind of falling into it. And this time it's more thought out. It's not just me in the studio grinding. It's with other partners who are also doing a lot, So it's going somewhere. Let's see what happens. I have passion
You're
about
a little entrepreneur, though. You've also
bit.
done some apps. You have Your Session.
I had that. That was about 10 years ago that happened.
What?
And that wasn't an app, though. There was no apps at the time, but it was a website, which is now the same idea. And it was launched. It just didn't go well business-wise,
Yeah. It was before its time.
It was before its time. Plus, it was before I knew how to raise money and raise cap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And something similar opened up later on, and it's kind of famous now. It's called SoundCloud. It's the same idea.
What?
Same exact.
See,
thing.
ahead of your time.
If you look into Your Session, it's exactly the same idea. You can mirror it. Yeah.
That's crazy. You also DJ sometimes, DJ Tactics.
Used to be. Yeah.
What? You also helped George Clinton in the Parliament Funkadelic. How was that?
That was dope. He lived in my house for a while.
What?
Yeah,
That
dude.
was crazy.
When I was living right here, he would come to my house and stay there for days. We would record inside my house. He would just go. I have hours and hours of me and George
Just jamming.
where he's just speaking like this into a mic where he's sitting down on my couch and I'm making beats live as it's going with my 505 or 909.
Crazy.
It was. I still have all that stored.
I went to a live George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic show.
I've jammed with them. I've played on stage with them live bass. Amazing.
What?
So much fun.
It's just crazy because you're like, you don't know, like the songs are like 34 minutes.
Oh, bro.
They're like forever.
They'll jam it out. They'll dance. There's 20 of them on stage.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's
yeah.
like the show starts at 8. It's midnight, and they've only done 3 songs.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, yo,
Yeah.
like I don't know if I can keep going.
But
G.
within
like,
those 3 songs, they've like gone through 20 songs. Swear to
They've
God,
done-
with
yeah.
like riffs from other.
Just little, they
they're
just jam out.
Yeah,
It's
they're just
crazy.
They're so amazing. A spectacle.
is there someone? Was that like a?
Oh well, I smoked with that guy.
Was that cool?
That
was that like
badass.
George Clinton?
I forgot about that era.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I smoked with all the Wu-Tang guys. Like those are a thing. I guess if I go back, start thinking, I have some gaps of like memory loss.
What's your favorite way to smoke?
Right now, I'm all joints.
Just joints?
Yeah, but I do have water.
You smoked a lot. You're just real humble, Shavo. I know you've probably
grazie.
spoken with many legends out there. You're just like, yeah. I feel the same way.
Bill
Like,
Clinton.
like I've interviewed like hundreds of people. I wish I remember all the
Yeah.
interviews,
Uh-huh.
but sometimes I'm like, damn, I actually like
I've done
I'll
a
smoke
lot.
with someone who's they just started, whatever, our time like 30,000 followers. Now they're at like 3 million followers and have shows. I'm like, damn,
That was.
I fucking
I smoke with him.
what? Before they even now they out here just.
I know a
killing
lot
it.
of huge groups like that were like, they went through us like. They had like one album, like an album that wasn't doing well, but then 2 and 3 went nuts and they became huge, which I blessed them,
Are you
But
still,
yeah, I've seen that happen too.
Are you still painting?
I do, but I haven't in the last maybe year. But I paint objects. Like I'll take like drum heads and I'll take guitars and I'll take things. Like I'll just put them together and I'll do some abstract. I do canvases, but I like to do just things more. Like I've never done a puff coat peak.
Oh, like art?
I should be doing some art on it.
What?
And
I'm ready. Let me see it.
I think I should. That's our next move. I have a new one. Yeah.
What's your so what's like what's a typical Shavo day? Like what's like a typical day? Do you go to the gym every day? Is that something you try?
4 or 5 days a week. 4.
That's
4,
right.
yeah.
Are you like a morning or
Morning has the first thing I do, or else I ain't going.
you're like
I
wake
can't
up
go-
and get it?
Or else like my day started, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'd rather lounge
I
or
get
do
it.
something. So I'll wake up, I'll go to the gym, then a couple of meetings, a podcast or 2.
Hey, I made the day.
But I'll go home for a bit, kick it with my kids after school, and then I'll start studio sessions around 6 and on.
You go to studio every day?
No, that too, 4 or 5.
Yeah.
It was 2 until now I'm really passionate about what we're doing. So since it's actually developing into something cool,
got
we're in
that-
there 4 or 5 days.
You got
yeah.
that fire back.
Something's
in
going
you.
on, yeah.
You're
I mean, I've
ready.
had the fires for like 3 years now. Like I'm like 22. I feel like, I haven't done anything. I'm starting from scratch, so I have to do my best.
Yeah, I heard
I have that mentality, so
because you like to do a lot of things. You are a family man. You are passionate.
that's number one.
About
And the only reason why I'm grinding away on everything else
It's
my
for the family.
not for me. I've got what I need.
Yeah.
I got my family, and I'm comfortable. Look, I'm happy.
You got it. Because
Yeah.
you also won something called the Agboo's Gen Next Community Hero Award.
That's the AGBU. It's an Armenian thing.
What? I know. I live down the street from there in the valley. Big school.
They have a few.
You speak Armenian?
I do.
You speak Russian?
No,
Just Armenian?
just Armenian.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know
Everyone
sometimes they
thinks-
speak Russian,
No,
sometimes they speak
fully.
sometimes they speak both.
I've had them speak Russian to me like I should, and I'm like, sorry, dude,
bro.
yeah, I don't know.
I'll pay it. Relax.
Yeah, I'll pay. So funny. What was the question?
I was just talking about you winning the
was-
Community Hero Award for an outstanding work as a role model for young Armenian Americans.
That's another mentor thing, but it's for more Armenian kids that we spoke to and
Yeah, you
that I
said
go visit sometimes. Yeah.
you said it was felt better. That was felt better than winning a Grammy because it was
It
like
did.
the kids voted.
When
It
I
was
went
like-
up there, it was like, "Fuck, are you gonna give this to me?" There was like 30 people, and I got it. I was like, "Oh, come on,
Like,
yeah,
fuck.
come here, 30 of you." Then they made this whole, they made this drawing, and they all signed it, put pictures of our time. It was amazing. Oh, by the way, RZA came with me at that time, and he got involved. The year later, they gave it to him.
What?
So he got an Armenian mentorship award. That was
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, because he was helping the kids out and shit. It
That's
was really
cool.
cool. Yeah.
That's cool. You're also doing you got a show coming up on the 24th.
Yeah.
Rock to Recovery.
Rock to Recovery.
Which is for
It's the fourth annual one. It's a bunch of friends of mine that we used to get like fucked up together back in the day, but everyone sobered up off of all the crazy stuff, and they put together an organization where they go to rehabs or to help write songs with patients, and it's helpful, man. It's like music therapy. So they've been successful. It's Wes, who's played with Head PE and Korn. Sonny Mayo that used to be with Snot and MF Pitbulls and Amen. Bunch of cool people. I'm looking forward to playing with them. We're gonna play a few songs. We're gonna do some covers. Have some fun.
what?
Yeah. Our rehearsals this week. It'll be fun.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
So
I want to have some fun.
So now, like when people, because when people see me, they're just like, "Oh, we're about to get high." Like Adam's in the building, his backpack's here.
That happens with me now.
Does that happen to you now?
Yeah.
Now that you got like your 22 brand and you're fucking out here with the weed, do people like, "Hey, Shavo's coming with him jars, dog. We're
Well,
about
listen,
to get lit."
I enjoy doing that though. I always like to smoke people out. If I got it, you got it. Always.
Are people like? How are people responding to the brand now?
All right, here's a cool story. We can end with this if you want. We just had like this big family reunion on my dad's side, and I haven't seen a lot of them forever, but they're like really close family. They're the ones that we moved from Armenia with, the whole clan,
Big.
Yeah, big clan.
Y'all
And-
still are keeping touch?
Yeah, so that's
That's
what it was.
fucking
We had
awesome.
lost some of them have lost a little bit of touch, and so this day we brought everyone together. It was like
Big reunion.
earlier this month, yeah. And dude, usually it would have been like, so how's system, right? It was like, so how's this 22 going? That was the thing. That
Everyone's
was the
all about-
talk. Everyone was about 22. It was like I was a doctor. There was my uncle was coming up to me going,
What's CBD?
so I'm having a hard time sleeping. What can I do? I'm like, okay, I got you. So I was going to my bag,
Bro.
I swear. Bro, listen, my bag over here. And I'm like, I got you. So that's what it was, man. It was really cool. It was really like, it was mind altering. It was mind opening.
It's crazy.
Eye-opening, yeah.
It's crazy how society and like family and everyone has changed their perspective on cannabis
Bro,
now.
10 years ago, that would have been a nightmare.
And especially when like, all of a sudden they have a friend or they're ill or all of a sudden someone, they're like, yo, like we've tried everything. And they were the ones that were like super anti-cannabis growing up. Like, why do you smoke weed? You're wasting your life. What are you doing? And then like,
My dad took a hit with me the other day, and I'm gonna say
Was that the
on
first
the
time?
air. No, well, he took a hit and took a joint. He's like, I'll
smoke one.
like I'll smoke one later. It was.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
the
dude?
first time I spoke with my dad was crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
I
is
knew he-
crazy, bro. I think my brother or someone was like, this isn't right, or
Yeah.
it was not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've never, yeah. It's,
But it was the best. Happy birthday, Dad.
well, happy
He just
birthday,
turned- yeah,
Apple.
it was his birthday yesterday.
So yeah, it's just crazy how family's perspective changed because I was never ashamed of my consumption and I was always open about it. I knew there were benefits to it before like it just made me feel
Before
better.
it was okay, PC.
Yeah, but before like people knew about it, like before there were all these studies and all these tests, like I'm like, yo, it's like taking vitamins. It's helping me with my functionality. It's helping me day to day. It just
it's
and
so
I-
true though, right?
and I was
Some
like,
people's
it's-
chemistries, it really works, man.
Yeah. Like I have
You know,
80.
I'm
This
one of
shit
those.
helps me just
I want to focus their thoughts, right? I was just saying that. Yeah, it
helps
does.
me. Helps me. It gives me patience. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
And it's just like it doesn't let shit affect me as much as things usually do. People get upset over the
you don't
stupidest
get
things.
you don't get that anxiety that people get ever.
There's a moment in my life where I did. I feel like I might have oversaturated my cannabinoid receptors, and it kind of threw my chemical
You
balance
think
off.
that's the reason though?
Well, this happened. I was judging a cannabis cup, and they gave me 60 entries, right? And I had to like 3 days to smoke it. And this is like 2013, 14, when there was no fucking labs or anything where test shit looked as dark as these wires. You know what I'm saying? and I was like, I'm just gonna be a fair judge and smoke everything. And I just had an e-nail and was just going. And I feel like I just kind
You
of
dabbed like 60 at.
bro, like
You kidding me?
in a day, I just tried every single
Hey,
one.
man's the man.
And then I just feel like I got super anxiety afterwards. I kind of got like I felt disengaged for like a couple
That
weeks.
disengagement's what I'm talking about. It happened.
Like you just
It's happened to
You're
me.
here, but not here.
Yeah, but it doesn't happen often. And I'm trying to figure out what was it. Was it the weed? Was it the getting high, or was it the time of my life, or the moment that I'm going through something and subconsciously something triggered to feel that way,
Yeah.
or was it the people around me? Because usually
energy was
it
it?
never happens when I'm alone. It's never happened when I'm alone. It's always been when there was like other people around that I don't know. Maybe
yeah,
maybe that That's why I was like, I don't know about the OG right now, because
it's a little heavy.
who knows?
Yeah, but you're a connoisseur now. You know the
Yeah,
difference
yeah.
between indica, sativa, hybrids, cookies,
Yeah,
fucking
everything.
Jacks, fucking. What do you got? What do you got in the jars? Can I see some of these jars?
Yeah, please.
Here, let's see. Look, because I brought you a bag too.
Oh, thank
I
you,
brought you
sir.
a bag from LA Kush.
Oh man,
You got some flavors in there.
thank you, sir.
You got a T-shirt in there.
thank you very
It's
much.
red because I know you like red.
I like red and
You
black.
got a little bag in there,
Hell yeah,
but
thank you. I don't have any shirts, nothing for you, because
It's
we're
a-
doing our new run.
it's
and
all
we
good.
have nothing available.
I like to see those jars though.
But this is the AF.
The AF as fuck.
That's what it's like.
What does AF stand for?
It's a pheno of animal face.
Ooh,
It's a rare one though,
it's got like a earthier.
dude. It's like gas. It's really, and it tests at 30 usually.
It looks
29,
smells
30,
good.
31.
I can't wait to roll that in a Zachwood. Let me see some. You got
so
some
you
flavors
get to
over here.
take
You,
some,
yeah,
yeah.
second right here. Let me see. Oh yeah, I forgot I got a camera. I could show him. What? Shine that. No flash.
No flash, no flash.
We don't need no flash.
That's the White Sabbath.
What? Okay. This smells more like a vegetable, like a
Yeah, that one's lighter than that.
yeah.
It's a
It's
white
like the
fire.
produce section when you
This
walk
is
in.
a
It's
white
like
fire
that
with
good.
the cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one smells good.
It's a lot tamer than the other ones.
Yeah.
This is Aro Jack, which is a pre 97, 96 actually.
You say,
It's old strain.
you should, oh yeah, that's that super
like-
piney.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm running through
Lemon
a pine
pine.
tree forest right now. Smells like almost like a Christmas tree lot.
I love that all
That's
day.
super sweet. That's
This
why
is
I
like
love that.
creative
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
I love the hazes.
All
I
day.
love
Me
the
too,
fucking.
man. When I went to Amsterdam that one time,
I love it.
20 years ago, where I was at this harvest tasting, and the hazes just stood the fuck out. And there was this one Neville's haze that was like 85% sativa, like knocked. I mean, it was like brain buzz, headband like really tight.
Right.
This is the mimosa.
What?
Oh, it's like more of a familiar,
Yeah. It's like that, tangy sweet fruit.
It's what is it? It's a clementine with the purple punch, I think.
That that don't get you high. This smells good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Smokes good.
This is all day smoke right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
The
two.
Jack and this all day, those two, I'd
All day.
have it later on.
Let me roll one on. So you've created a couple businesses throughout your career, done some things. Now you're like really involved with the cannabis brand and being an entrepreneur with it and learning all about it. Do you feel like it's helped you? Do you think you're gonna have other projects now that you kind of?
Of course,
Because I know before you were just doing
I'm
shit.
never gonna stop, bro. I was like, this is one brand. Once I have something else I'm passionate about, it comes to me. I don't go to it.
Right.
So if someone comes up, I'm gonna do it. If it feels right, I'm gonna do it.
That's right.
Shavo
out here, system down.
Thank you,
chilling
brother.
out, making it happen. Got that 22 Red. You can find it in a bunch of shops. Go to
Just like
22red.com. Out here living life.
Let's do an AF, and like end it with that. So
A what?
The ass.
Yeah. Let's smoke whatever you want. I'm with it.
This one's
I'm with it. I
small one.
just wanted to go back and talk about something real quick that I found was interesting. The whole synesthesia.
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 Google it. There's a
Yeah, I know how to say it. It's just hard for me. I got like a minor lisp and fucking, it's crazy. But has that like, is it just with numbers and colors? Like, is it when you close your eyes you see it, or just when you think of it, that's what it draws to?
I've never thought too deeply about it, but when we were coming up with names and it came around to 22, and then I was talking about colors and numbers, someone pulled it up and it was a thing, and I was like, really, this is a thing? So I'm sure it's all senses. But to me, it's mostly numbers. Like, okay, let me see letters too. I mean, I can't think of 26 right now. Colors, 20, but I can think of like what A and B might be. Like A sounds red, it looks red to me.
Does that make you like?
So it'll be 22.
Do you feel this helps with your other like
A
creative
red, huh?
abilities, like when you're playing music, or is there,
I have no idea.
I
have no
it's
clue.
just
I
there.
have not.
I don't tap into that.
I have not tapped
I
into
just
that.
live life.
Musically,
Have you ever tried to? Have you ever like see like?
No,
what
I
it
haven't.
is,
I
or-
might. I don't know. Now that you say it, I don't know. I've just kind of like the way I create is I just do.
That's right.
That's how I write.
Organic.
I don't think about writing a song. If I say I'm going to write a song, never going to happen. If I just sit there and strum a bass or strum a guitar, things come out and I record them or I write them down. And
I wonder if that shit has anything to do with cannabis too. Like if you smell certain strains, like you see things, or like if there's.
I see things, bro. When I hear music, I see video,
Pic-
visual. That's why I directed. Like I've directed 4 or 5 of our
Yeah.
videos. And that was because it just came natural. It wasn't because I just wanted to be a director. It was like I was like, dude, I see things when I hear our shit. Give me a chance. And then I got a crew and I
Check
got a
out my
chance,
vision.
and then I did it, and it was Toxicity. You know, like,
What?
that was just in my head. I was like, White Room. This is all black. This is the choruses were white, and well, that's the fucking synesthesia right there. I made the choruses white in Toxicity, and I made the versus black. Yeah, dude, that was all that. And then at the end, they came together.
Chaos.
Yeah, that's that.
What?
See, it went in there. Good call,
Oh, man,
Mr.
we out
L.
here.
Good call.
I'm trying to figure this shit out, dog. You an interesting
We just
character.
went
We-
deep.
We were doing the research. I'm like, man, there's so much to talk about. I don't think an hour is enough, and it's not because we just reached the hour,
Yeah, we
and it's
did.
fucking. So you got a new project coming up.
North of Kingsley.
Kingsley.
It's like I said, I'm giving little snippets here and there on my personal.
If I get in your car right now, what am I listening to?
Right now, Howard Stern. I
What?
swear.
Really? That's crazy. You know he's coming to L.A.
What do you mean?
He's coming out to the Sirius studio.
Oh,
real
to
soon.
do something.
Yeah.
Not to like work out of here.
No, he's
That
gonna
guy will
like
never
bless
do
the LA studio and come and
that.
do
The
some
one
shit.
on
out here, yeah, in
Sweet
Hollywood.
Street.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went
was
there.
just
I was
there
on the
Tuesday.
Ruju. What?
Yeah.
I was there too on the Ruju show.
Eighth floor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just there
Let's
with
go,
Eddie
fool,
Trunk.
with
I'm there.
Eddie
Let's go
Stern.
stand outside and
Bro,
scream.
I'll have
With
signs. I'll have a fucking Ronnie the driver.
Ronnie the
cut
limo
out.
driver.
Yeah, I got my Adam Hill
yeah.
cutouts, bro.
Fred Ronnie. You know Fred Ronnie, right?
I'll be out there like this.
How
G.
funny is that?
I need to get me some puppets too. Fucking make it happen.
We can go together.
Shavo, thanks for coming on, man.
Man, my pleasure.
22red.com.
Thank you
It's
for
been
having me.
awesome.
Long time this has been talked about.
Hopefully,
doing,
it's
you
not
know?
going to be 22 years later.
No,
We
I
can do
saw
this
you. I
again.
saw you at I saw you at the High Times event, and then he was like, "Come on, like we're doing it."
Yeah.
And it just kind of like.
I see you
lagged.
everywhere like
I know.
cannabis is happening. You there, dog. We out here supporting you real. You're like really in the culture. You're really out here. You're not like
I'm
just
here
a
to stay,
face.
bro. I'm here to stay.
I seen you out here grinding and making it
man.
happen. I appreciate
Thank
you
you.
coming through.
Thank you for
Shout
having
out to
me.
all y'all tuning in. I appreciate everyone out here. Hayes Radio keeping us happening. You know where to find me. Getting high with everywhere. Get high everywhere on Instagram. Shavo on IG. Appreciate you again for
Oh, yeah,
coming
thank
through.
you.
22 Red. Check it out. It's been awesome. Stay high. Yeah. Bye.
You're listening to Hayes Radio Network, Cannabis Lifestyle Radio.